and fees. Yeah. Yeah. Did you have a question, Laura?
Oh no, I just opened one, or it's not business, it's just a different personal one, but it helps because I think I opened a Chase one and I think it connects with QuickBooks, so it helps with like accounting.
Oh, okay, accounting.
And it helps vendors too. When you have a professional account, they take you more seriously. That it's not just your account in your name. This is your business account, because when you open up account, it's set up as a business account, and they see that this is oh well, she's serious about what she's doing, and I don't it kind of takes you have access to your money, but if I don't have to worry about you putting your money in your personal, you're trying to do business with me, so I need to know that you're coming to the table legit with all your background stuff taken care of.
Your infrastructure. Yeah. And you do not negate the credit unions, because the fees aren't as expensive, and my business account is at a credit union. TRICARE is basically with the military, and it is harder to get on those, but it was just a headache. That's all I can say. I am not a big insurance person. I'm not a big insurance proponent. I think you can build a private practice without insurance. And especially when you talk about the ones that are co-pays, if I'm gonna get a co-pay, let's say I give you my own stuff. I'm gonna give you an example. I was seeing 8 to 9 people a day, and if the average co-pay was $30, so that's why I'm making $270 every day, right? But then I would have to wait on my other $270 for so long. Does that make sense? But now, that's seeing 8 to 9 clients. But now I can see 3 clients, $300. I get my money that day, and I'm done. You see the difference? Versus me working from 8 in the morning till 6 or 7 o'clock at night. Think about it. But your clientele will be more robust if you have insurance referrals. Possible. Does that make sense? But it's not impossible to do a private practice without insurance. You can do it. Contracts: city, state, county contracts, hospitals, agencies, school districts. Go work with a group practice. You can get contracts that'll pay you.
What would that look like working with the school district? Would that be like consulting kind of? Would you do like teamwork type of stuff, or?
No, if you're going in as a counselor, you would want to, even DISD has a youth and family center. And so you could go work for them under their youth and family center. After school programs, they'll need counselors to provide services. Yeah.
Like, it's not being a school counselor.
No.
So
It's being working as a licensed professional counselor. Yep. And if, like Rose likes to teach psychoeducational, it may be that, psychoeducational. The vocational agencies. Did y'all know you can teach classes for them? Yep.
You said vocational courses?
Yeah, like the Texas Workforce Commission. They, not even Texas where you go get your Medicaid and stuff? TANF. Yeah, Texas, right. So in order for them to get those benefits, sometimes they have to take courses to demonstrate readiness to work. They need people to teach those courses. You can also go teach a course at a college.
And I'm assuming
How does that, at a college, how would that work other than just a contract?
You've been adjunct faculty, adjunct.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you would be a counselor.
Yeah.
No. Because a lot of the instructors for the psych classes have no practical experience. They've been teaching, they've been in academia the whole time. They have no practical experience. Never been in private practice, never worked in a hospital, never worked for a corporation, just straight educational. Which, okay, that's fine. Yeah. So the colleges like people who have practical experience. So
for the vocational courses, because I like the variety and all of that. And Rose, do you do any of that? Do you have to go get certified, or are there other things we have to do? How do we branch it? How do you get into that? How do you say, hey,
networking.
I have this, and this is what I want to do?
Yeah, it's the networking. You got to you have to get in front of the right person.
And then what I find out too, sometimes you can create your own space because of what you have, and you're listening to what they have, and then you
What
say,
they
okay, we
need.
can work together.
So how do you do
Together.
that? How do you do that?
I don't have a.
I hear your program. How do I?
Well, can I
Yes.
interject? So when you were sharing with us how you was at this event and you just put it out there that I need help with XYZ, that same type of approach that you use in that setting, you use that same approach when you know that you're wanting to connect and provide services to whatever vendor or whatever location. Use that same approach to put it out there. Hey, this is what I do, and I see that you have a need, and I can offer these services to you to meet those needs.
Okay. So maybe find some professors or department chairs or whoever email.
You can call over there.
Yeah.
You can call over there and say, hey, how do I? What do I? How should I?
Okay, that's
Just
what, yeah,
ask
I'm
questions.
ground up. How do I? Okay,
Yes.
good. That's what I need to, yeah, how do, call them, get in, do.
Yes,
do
get in their
okay.
ear. Uh-huh.
Okay.
And it's a different way of thinking too. It's a different way.
Yeah, because we won't know the answers to everything, but we'll figure it out.
Well, I mean, y'all, this is great, just, so I know what.
Brainstorming.
Yes.
Okay, so down here at the bottom are for you to actually write in some answers. You can do it now or later. But what corporate industries align with your specialty? Like for me, if I was looking at it, I would say definitely mental health agencies. But now that I'm at the college, I could market to colleges. I could talk to them about coming in, talking to their students about mental health or their faculty about accepting mental health. How can you transform your mental health agency? When I go into corporations, talking about stress management. That's another thing. If you get on the EAPs, which I didn't list that on there. I'm gonna back up right here. I'm gonna take a pause on this bottom section. Under insurance, there's another sector of insurance called EAPs, Employee Assistance Programs. Every major corporation, just about, I won't say every, but a lot of major corporations allow this service, this benefit to their employees where they'll get a certain number of mental health counseling at no charge. Employee Assistance Program, but y'all know it's other stuff involved in there too. You can get financial coaching, everything. It's a lot. So they get those counseling sessions. Those go unused just like our dental benefits and just like our optometry benefits. So if you get with a corporation, you can talk to them about accessing their mental health services under the EAP, but even better, if you become an EAP provider, they actually hire you out to go do those trainings. Okay, so watch this. It's not a big revenue stream. It just adds up at the end of the month. So the EAP companies, Magellan is one. That was the best one. That's why I included it. Magellan paid, other than that $900 check that came later, they pretty much paid consistently. But when you have to look up what EAP services are offered in your area, and you apply to be a provider just like you do with the insurance companies. They're not as strict as the insurance companies, and they need way more providers than the insurance companies. So you become an EAP provider, you got about 6 or 7 forms that you fill out for that client, you send it in, you see them for those sessions, and you get paid. What they also need are people who are willing to train the courses that they come up with. You don't even have to create the courses. They send you the information, and you go train. They'll also call you for crisis situations, like if somebody commits suicide, one of the employees, they'll bring in 5 to 6 counselors, and you just sit in an office all day and you bill an hourly rate. I did that for a while.
Okay, so what, getting set up as an EAP provider, what?
So like you would call Magellan, or you better yet, you're gonna go online. You're gonna go online with Magellan Behavioral Health, and you're gonna look up their click that says providers. Are you a new provider or are you an existing provider? You're a new provider, you click on that, all the paperwork to fill out to be a provider is on there. Yeah, and then once you become a provider, you're gonna have a liaison, or you can call back into provider relations and ask, how do I become a trainer? Do you guys still use those services? And so I had maybe like 3 of their case managers that would just email me and say, are you able to go do a training on such and such date? And they pay you $60 per hour back then to go, and I think they pay you whatever the market rate was for your transportation for per diem. And then you send in your invoice at the end of the day, and they pay you in like 30 days.
So is Magellan the only EAPs that just?
That's the biggest one.
That's the
It's a
biggest
lot
one.
of
Okay,
EAPs.
so I was
That's why I'm
just
listing them out. Yeah.
Because I know my district, they
Has one,
you know,
yes.
that's something that I tell the teachers, you know, they use it.
Yep. 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 It's a lot of EAPs. This is another acronym you'll need, CAQH. Once you get licensed, you need to enter your professional information into CAQH. And basically this is a, what is the word? Not storehouse. Clearinghouse. This is the clearinghouse that the insurance companies go to. So you'll have your identification number under CAQH, and when you apply to Blue Cross Blue Shield, they're gonna ask you for that number, and they're gonna pull all your information from CAQH. That way you don't have to send in all of that paperwork. And you keep that up to date annually. So even though I don't take insurance anymore, I still keep my license up to date in there, and I still keep my insurance up to date in there. And that, because when you see that Texas application to become a provider, it's like 50 pages. And if you're having to do that for every organization that you're applying to, that can get bad real fast. So once you do it, it's uploaded to there and you just update it.